Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're doing well out there. The markets are looking pretty green today. Good old DJT has allegedly opened up the Strait of Iran, formerly known as the Strait of Hormuz or whatever. We won that war 17 times already, so whatever. That's not what this video is about, though. I actually just kind of came down into, my man cave, nerd zone, mining farm, office area. And I was looking at my microphone over here on my desktop, and it's literally covered in cobwebs. And I was like, shit, I guess it's been a while since, I did any of the video on the YouTubes. And, I just got to do it for funsies. And when I have something that I want to share with you guys, either some cool updates, and, I've just been kind of like super busy and haven't really felt like I needed to say anything on YouTube until this last week. There's a couple things that I'm very, very excited about. So there's going to be a new coin added to the pool. Actually, since I made a video, I've added Zano with pool and solo mining as well as XMR. And there's like some stuff that I want to communicate to you guys, and also a little project that I'm getting into. Huge shout out to Snake from my Discord. What you're looking at here is a CMP 100-210 and my old AlphaMiner, which is really just kind of serving as my furnace in the winter time. But I have some plans for it now. So I have a bunch of updates that I want to give you guys, and it's been quite a while. So with all that being said, why don't we hop on over into the computer, and I'm just gonna like data dump on you guys all the updates. I want to go over the new coins, why I've chosen the coins to add to the pool that I have. How I feel about solo mining with the the BitAxes and the pleb source, kind of like softening up on my stance there a little bit. And then I also want to tell you the two things I'm most excited about, which is going to be the Frankenstein build I'm going to try and deploy with these CMP 100-210s. These have 16 gigs of VRAM on the HBM2 memory, and I have some plans. My GPUs that I have, I've been rotating out of my 3000 series the last month or two and into cards with at least 16 gigs of VRAM. And they have been quite profitable, ranging from like $2 to $4, and then for 24 gig cards, like a little bit in the 4 to 6 range, but it's been on the decline the last month. So it's been okay. It's getting worse. I want to tell you guys about all this stuff, and then the main thing that I'm most excited for this week that is relative to gaming and making money and having fun while you're doing it. And so I'm calling that AlphaStrike, which is built on top of Counter-Strike 2 and Quai, I guess. I don't know if built on top of is the right way to say it, but I'm going to explain all that and show it to you guys. It's in beta testing now. And so with all that being said, let's dive on in. All right, so for all the miners out there, let's cover the recent changes to AlphaPool mining and what's next. So if you don't know, I have added Monero mining with PPLNS and Solo, as well as Zano mining with pool mining prop and Solo as well. Now, these are the core coins for the moment, Quai, which is what I originally launched the pool with Monero, and Zano. Now, I just want to hop over here and show you guys Zano pool. The way that you connect here, all the information that you need is here. I have done PR requests to the Hive template, so this should be pulled in Hive OS, and then we're on mining pool stats already. So this is nice and easy. You can get everything up and running. And what I want to share with you guys about the Zano pool that is coming is going to be the hopeful integration of the Freedom Dollar here. Now, this is a very interesting concept because if you're unaware, the Freedom Dollar you can actually spend in store with your Zebic card. And I have not personally done this yet myself, but I have friends who are doing so and it works. Quai is also available on your Zebic cards. Now, the idea here is going to be you mine Zano, right? Hopefully you're able to get paid out in your completely private and Freedom Dollar money, and you can use that in store to purchase whatever, food or groceries. I have a little bit of pause when I see the algorithmic stability. It reminds me of the like Do Kwon days, but I think we're long past that as a space now. Hopefully So I just want to give you a heads up. That's what's on the horizon. If you have a large enough hash rate, solo mining Zano has been decently profitable. But that's actually not the main thing that I want to cover with you guys. So I just wanted to let you know of those recent changes. Now, if you look, you can see there's been this trend in the space, and I think Quai is kind of like the pioneers, I guess. Like I guess it boils down to timing. Maybe I don't have my timing proper, but this these buyback programs in the proof of work space seem to be all the rave right now. Rave also did pretty well as a token too recently. And I say this because the next coin that I plan to integrate is actually going to be Cubic. And that's a little bit of a departure for me from, coins that I am adapting into the pool. So I just want to show you, we have the front end when I say I have the front end, me and my AI, we have the front end stood up already. This is not live yet. We are testing. I'm building a new miner software. Okay, so there is going to be an AlphaMiner mining agent, just like you have Regal Miner, SRB, or WildRig. You're going to be able to use AlphaMiner. This is going to specifically be for cubic mining at AlphaPool. And I'm back testing this and competing against the other miners, trying to just tune for maximum efficiency. And it's going pretty well so far, so I need to continue my benchmarking against the other miners. But so far on the CUDA front, GPUs, I have been able to outperform from like a stock before you tune your cards efficiency perspective, which is pretty neat. So the plan is to launch cubic mining and then to integrate Doge mining as well. And so just to bring it all together, Cubic launched Doge mining, and they're doing these buyback programs. So it's almost like these proof of work, projects are just like literally mining script, to kind of buy and burn their coins and just prop up the price. And so that's an interesting concept. Conceptualize it however you want, but it seems to be the case that hash rate is being corralled by the projects, and then it is mining Dogecoin or Bitcoin Cash or Ravencoin, a parent chain, and then just using that mining fund. So it's almost like they're being a mining pool essentially, and then buying their coin with it. And it's a pretty interesting concept. And I would say it seems to be catching on in some capacity, right? Because Zebic is doing this now, Cubic and Quai. And so I thought this was very interesting. I have, just recently acquired another L9. So I don't have many. I got 3 L9s. I just never had a 17 gigahash model, and I wanted one. So I grabbed one of the April batch. So that should be to Metered Mining. Shout out to Sydney at Metered Mining. Love those guys. That'll be here soon. And so far, I've been more profitable mining Quai script. And so I have tested some of the other pools, and they're great and everything, and I just want to kind of do it myself too. And so I want to launch Cubic with Doge mining, and then I want to test what is more profitable. And we're going to see. As always, I arb into my longs, right? And so that's the update on AlphaPool. Okay, so now, like I said, I am working on a brand new mining software called AlphaMiner. It is going to be private and for the Cubic pool launch, right? And there will be Doge in there as well. And I just want to just take a second and tell you guys my plans for the AlphaMiner mining software. I plan to launch it as hopefully the most efficient CPU and GPU miner for cubic mining, and then I am also obviously integrating Doge mining, and then from there I hope to add PoW, and ProgPoW-Z, and then we'll see what's down the pike there. And so just real quick, wanted to let you guys know that that is also in the pipeline. And then at the top of this video, I kind of mentioned a whole bunch of things that are going on, and I don't want this to drag on forever, so I think I'm gonna save the Frankenstein Octo Miner swap, and I have a Epic CPU motherboard that I want to try and Frankenstein its way into there. I'm gonna save that for a separate video because the thing that I'm literally most excited about right now, that I think whether you're a miner or a gamer or a developer or whatever, degen trader, whatever the hell you are watching this stuff, this is fun, and I think anybody can make money with it. And so I built this, you know, on with Quai, with the smart contract on Quai for Counter-Strike 2, which is one of my like long-time favorite games. And so this is called AlphaStrike. So let's dive into that real quick. I'll tell you how it works and how you can make money off it and what I'm going to be doing. And then, you know, I'll save for another video, kind of the profitability strategy for this, you know, CMP 100-210 deployment that I'm about to do. So what is AlphaStrike? Now, this is going to be where Counter-Strike 2 meets blockchain rewards, right? I would say blockchain gaming hasn't really taken off bigly. You got off the grid, and I actually noticed Cubic is doing this My Last Match thing, which is like pretty neat looking. I got to dig into that a little more. This is going to be, you know, a match, skill-based matches, right? So each match is going to have tied to it crypto rewards. I am going to have a little bit of customizability, but essentially the players will agree on what the entry fee of the match should be. This is like kind of just like a tournament that's just going to be ongoing. I have structured it so far with first, second, and third place getting tiered rewards. So, you know, for example, everybody pays like 25 Quai to get into the match, and you have 12 players. That is going to all get added together into the prize pool for 300 Quai, right? And then from there, the match will kick off, right? The smart contract will, you know, associate your player and Steam account, you know, with your, you know, match entry fee. Okay. And then as the match completes and whoever wins, first, second, and third place will get their respective payouts. So it is going to be, I think it's 50% for first place, 30% for second, and 20% for third. We can do winner takes all if you want to have like a 1v1 and just make it a bet. And so that's kind of like the layout here. Let me show you real quick the blog post, and I've totally revamped the alphamine.eth main website. I've also started launching officially the hardware swap and sell store that I've been kind of running in the background. So let me show you that real quick. So here's my main alphamine.eth website. The blog is here, and the hardware store that I was telling you about is also here. And then AlphaStrike and obviously AlphaPool are here as well. I'm going to try and get some merch up. I've had some folks that we've been talking about that with in the Discord, and I want it for myself too. So, you know, for example, this, I'm actually selling my OG 6700 XTs here. I'm going to keep a couple because I just love them. But yeah, so all that stuff's here. There is crypto payments for this. So you can, you know, go ahead and let's say you want to check out. You can do so, and you can, you know, just pay with crypto, which is pretty dope. So, that's actually not the reason I wanted to show you this. So here is just a quick overview of what AlphaStrike is, right? What if every CS2 match had real stakes, right? AlphaStrike turns Counter-Strike 2 into a competitive prize pool with paying Quai to the winner. So pretty cool, right? One of the reasons why I don't end up gaming as much as I like really would want to is because like I have other things that I got to do, and I need to like pay my mortgage and feed my kid. So I want to be able to have fun and make money. I mean, that scenario I mentioned to you a little bit ago with a 300 Quai prize pool for the match, you know, first place is going to get 150 Quai off their 25 Quai entry fee. So here you are paying 25 Quai to get into the match, less than $1. And if you win the match, you're going to make $5. What the fuck? That's a 5x just because you're good at Counter-Strike 2. So, I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. This is just kind of like the first game that I've chosen. You know, like 10-minute matches. And there's going to be some customizability here. Just like I said, it's in beta right now. So this is going to be all on chain, on Quai. Hopefully this goes smoothly. I'm definitely looking forward to possibly integrating other games. So I will leave a link to the main website and the blog post as well. But let me show you how this works. So you're going to go ahead and fire up Counter-Strike 2. Now, once you fired up Counter-Strike 2, you can get to the community server, the AlphaStrike server, by either searching for it in here in this, you know, community server area, Or you can actually just whip up the console by pressing this little tilde guy over here, and then you can connect to cs2.alphamine.eth, and then press enter, and you will connect to the server. That takes about, like 5 seconds. Now, I am in the lobby, right? So this is the part where you need your entry fee and your Pelagus wallet. So, as you can see, the match has started. Your AlphaStrike entry fee, you have to go to cs2.alphamine.tech/pay, and you have 300 seconds to do so. So I'm actually going to go over to cs2.alphamine.tech/pay. As soon as you type in cs2.alphamine.tech/pay, you will need to make sure that you are logged in to Steam on your browser. And also, you're going to need Pelagus wallet as well, right? So you got your Pelagus wallet extension, a little bit of balance. And we're waiting in the match now. I'm assuming, I don't know, I run 2 monitors. I'm obviously showing you on one, but I'm assuming a lot of gamers also run 2 monitors. But if you don't, just tab in out of the game into your browser, and then you need to pay your entry fee. Hopefully this works smoothly. Again, we are in testing now. Okay, so then you will submit, you will sign your transaction. There you go. So now we're confirming on chain. We can hop back over into the match, which it looks like the match already started. And there you go. AlphaMine has paid and joined the match pool. And now we can kill shit. And we have paid our fee. Now these fees you're going to be able to set. We're going to be able to set custom. We're going to be able to do custom fees. Right now, I have it set on 1 so that, so that, I'm not like burning money trying to test and build this. We're going to be doing a little bit of closed beta, closed alpha, whatever, testing this Sunday. I need to make sure this all works with 3 people in the match, right? Because, you're going to need 3 players to do the 50% to the first place, 30% to second place, and 20% to third place. So let's go ahead and we're going to play this out. I'll pause it so you don't, I guess you can watch me play here. Hopefully, let's see if I can win, and then if I win, I will get the prize. It's going to be 1 quai split across the top 3 people, and it should get paid out. And then I made like a little splash, later there for, in the web browser for when you, when the match ends and somebody wins, right? Hey, come back to the box. There we go. I love the headshot. Feeling the headshot. Just let's see if I can win this. Oh shit! Man, nice. All right, we got. Oh boy! Oh my lord! Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see if we can shotgun this guy here. All right, so we're done. Match is over. Submitting results. Boom. There's the payout. Okay, cool. So let's hop on over into the browser, and there you go. That is so satisfying. And so the match is closed, and that is essentially the main thrust of what AlphaStrike is, right? We're integrating with Quai. The next match started now, so now you can pay your entry fee. I have this all set at 1. We're integrating this with Quai and Counter-Strike 2, so like my favorite game and like my favorite blockchain. So there's a lot of other things that I want to tell you guys. I mentioned, for me, just, cubic pool adoption is kind of like, a big departure from where my cubic stance was. I'm not a fan of what they did with, Monero and the block reorg. However, when Cubic first launched, I bought and built 6 CPU mining rigs, and I ROI'd them, I think it was like 1.5 years or so. And then those I ended up using to do my Octo servers and my, AI rental stuff. And so that worked out pretty well. I still have those rigs. They're doing other stuff now. And so, I'm just kind of gonna tell you my strategy is essentially a pure profit play here. I'm not like massively long Cubic. I'm not like strongly against the project either. I'm interested. And so also for solo mining and the BitAxe and the pleb source, real quick before I wrap up this video, I've also kind of opened my mind up to that a little bit as well. And I'll tell you why, actually. Let's hop on over into miningpoolstats.stream, and I'm big on decentralization. I consider myself like a proof of work maxi. And one of the things I've noticed is that, like, dude, like it's like 4 pools that like own the Bitcoin network, really, right? And that's like a little scary. And I I kind of view like the solo, the BitAxe things as just like a pure, gambling play, which like whatever. I mean, I guess that's fun too for people. But the reason I think it's like kind of potentially somewhat useful, and I'm, contemplating, I'm actually planning to build support for these like these the smaller solo mining concept into AlphaPool for, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin itself, Dogecoin, Litecoin, Fractal Bitcoin, and maybe Digibyte as well. The main reason is because I think these lots of people having these smaller units is kind of creating this scenario. I just feel like it's one of the only ways to actually combat this like hash rate centralization on the Bitcoin network, right? And so for that reason, I think it's like a little bit interesting to just kind of like spread out the hash more. And so, I've been like very against the solo BitAxes things, like, literally just go to 7-Eleven and buy a lottery ticket. But, now I kind of feel like there's a little bit more to it than that. It's like a hobby thing. They're cool. It's fun. I get it. I guess they provide a little warmth. I haven't actually bought one yet. And, maybe it's also kind of like mass, it's kind of maybe helping to decentralize things, and I can get on board with that. And so, I just want to throw that out there. I'll have more to say with the Cubic Pool launch as we go, and I'll share with you some of my builds and like a script and some strategies. But that's all for now. The main thing that I'm very excited about and that we're going to be doing, so I'm actually going to be paying testers. So if you are interested in AlphaStrike and you play Counter-Strike 2 and you want to make some money, just go to the blog post. I'll leave a link in the video and hop on in the Discord and ping me. I'm going to be paying people to help me test out and build and get this launched. So that's all I have. Sorry I haven't made a video in a while. Just been kind of doing other stuff, fucking off. And so, I'll try and now that I've kind of like promised you guys some of these things in the pipeline, I'll see what I can do about getting like video. I was doing them weekly, so we'll see if we can get back to that. So good luck out there. Have fun, friends, and happy mining, gaming, and DJing, and whatever the fuck it is you do. Adios, amigos.